R. Kelly and this, what the father of one of the girls involved with R. Kelly calls a sex cult. We now have spoken to the woman at the center of this. Of course, her parents held a news conference on Monday and flat out said they believe that R. Kelly is holding their daughter as well as other women against their will. Young women, he's brainwashed them in this weird sex cult. Now, he has denied all these allegations and says that he is going to pursue his accusers. In the meantime, we got the woman, her name is Joycelyn Savage, and it's her parents who are making these accusations. But Joycelyn has a much different view of what's going on and her relationship with R. Kelly. Now, here's what she told us about her parents' accusations against R. Kelly, and then there are a lot of things that she didn't say, and we're going to get into that as well. I'm not being brainwashed or anything like that. You know, it just came to a point where it definitely has got out of hand. So, you know, I just want everybody to know, my parents and everybody in the world, that I am totally fine. I'm happy where I'm at, and everything is okay with me. Are you currently in Georgia, or where are you? I'm not. No, I'm not. I wouldn't want to speak on that as well. Are you with other roommates? Are you free to go from where you are? No, I want to speak on that as well. So she's an adult. She's 21 years of age. She clearly is being very kind of shady about where she is exactly in the world. But again, correct. You're totally allowed to do that. Completely illegal.
Doesn't mean it's not concerning, though.
I'm a little concerned about it. You were speaking to her.
Correct. In conducting the interview, you knew that there was someone else in the room too. I mean, sometimes she'd look off camera, she'd be hesitant before she'd answer questions. It was very, very odd, and it didn't seem like all those answers were coming from her. It seemed like she was coached through almost the entire thing. So,
yeah, I mean, Van, what you were saying is, and Kelly, everybody's right here. Look, it's not illegal. She is of age, and she says that that she wants to be there. But what Brad said is also true, and I think that leads to what Van said, which is it's concerning. I can see why Joycelyn's parents would be concerned after seeing this video.
Here's the deal. First of all, you know, like I said, it's still up for debate what is real and what's not real. Obviously, she says she's okay, so I guess she's an adult.
She says she's okay, and R. Kelly denies.
And there's been wellness checks at the house with the police.
If everything that was in that article, that initial article, were true, there's no possible way that any parent or any relative or any friend would be okay with someone that they care about living in those conditions.
Right.
It just doesn't matter who's electing to do whatever. That would be weird and definitely very troubling.
Well, as soon as when we posted this video, Joycelyn's father, Tim Savage, saw the video and immediately had a message, not just for Joycelyn, but also for R. Kelly.
You know the reason why Miss Joycelyn Savage didn't tell you where her location is? She's not allowed to tell you her location. Mr. R. Kelly, if you want to file a lawsuit, you should have filed it yesterday. I'm waiting on you. File the lawsuit. If that's what you want to do, I'll see you in court. File it so everybody can see your dirty laundry. And Joycelyn, I'm praying for you, baby. I'm praying for you.
So sad. I mean, obviously, this father's concerned about his daughter either way. And R. Kelly, let's face it, has a history.
Yeah.
I mean, he married Aaliyah when she was 15.
He has a history. However, he was acquitted in that case.
Well, not acquitted in the marriage. I mean, he married Aaliyah.
I'm talking about the trial.
Well, yeah, the other thing, yeah.
Yes. So, you know, look, Joycelyn's father is saying that if R. Kelly wants to sue him, and I will say that seems like a smart tactic. I see what he's saying. He wants to draw R. Kelly out into court
then
because he feels like
deposed and all of that stuff.
And R. Kelly will never sue him because he doesn't want all this. He doesn't want all this out because even if they're all consenting adults, it's still a little like it's going to look weird. If they're all consenting adults, because some people do consent to these kind of very sexually submissive relationships.
Guys, throughout the interview, though, not only just speaking on the location question, which you'd seem, are you in Georgia? No, I'm not in Georgia. I'm in Texas. Or seems like such an easy question.
Just
I
to
also
say where
asked
you
her,
are, the fact that she wouldn't say, right?
I asked her other things, like about her sister's rap career. Her sister put out a diss track. She didn't know anything that was going on in the media, yet she's doing an interview. You'd think that she'd be well
versed, right?
Well versed in everything going on,
right?
Her sister put out a diss track. That's hilarious. But I will say this though: the only reason why R. Kelly might think about putting out a lawsuit is, remember, R. Kelly's music career, while it's not 2005 or 2000 or 95 anymore, it's still very, very successful. Within the last 5 years, he's had a song with Lady Gaga. He still is revered in the music industry. And you would wonder if people are going to be so quick to work with R. Kelly now that these allegations are so fresh.
And what R. Kelly has to worry about is, to be quite honest, he has to worry about the Bill Cosby factor.
Right.
Yeah,
because if you just let it stay out there and the accusations start to roll,
right, with no sort of pushback,
then it starts to affect, right,
with no sort of resolution, it might behoove him at some point to take some sort of action if, in fact, these things are not true.
I would not be surprised if he does. I know what you're saying, Kelly, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does file a lawsuit, if nothing else but
and just doesn't follow up on it.
As if to scare Tim Savage and any other accusers from speaking out.
Brandon, North Carolina, I definitely think the whole situation is sketch. R. Kelly has to put out a statement. He's got to acknowledge that he may be doing something illegal with this girl by holding her against her will. And maybe she suffered from Stockholm Syndrome. But that's how I see it. R. Kelly.
By the way, R. Kelly's no Charles Manson, but it reminds me of that. Like, the Manson girls were all there of their own volition. No, I'm not saying he's a murderer, but
right,
it's a similar accusation. You got all these young girls, and they followed him everywhere and thought he was amazing. Yeah. And they were all there of their own free will, and if you're an adult, you can do that.
Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.